Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Patrick. In this video, I want to talk about adult autistic awareness. Autistic awareness, okay? Now, I want to do this video because I don't really think I've seen people talk about it. When we talk about autism, we always talk about it like it's this brand new thing that only applies to kids, as if you're going to grow out of it. Like the kids that have autism today is not going to have it when they grow up, right? So the point I'm trying to make is we always associate autism with just children, because from a standpoint of it being so prevalent now, this is the first that we think we know of it being prevalent. You know what I mean? Because many of you guys as adults, okay, at this point, especially you guys like your 30s, maybe even 40s, around that time, 40s on down, you know what I'm saying? Your 20s, teens, whatever. A lot of you guys are undiagnosed autistic on different levels of the spectrum. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't a thing when we was growing up. You know what I mean? They didn't really emphasize it. They didn't really detect it. You know what I mean? And things like that. So you got a lot of people walking around in their 20s, 30s, 40s with autism. You see what I'm saying? And it seems to only be being applied to children. So at this point, what we got to do, which will probably start happening, in the future, is we're going to start acknowledging more adults with autism and getting people the resources they need as adults to deal with autism. Okay, that just makes sense. You know what I mean? And things like that. Is there anything else I wanted to say about? Oh yeah, so like go get checked. You know what I mean? Go get checked. I know it might seem like a weird thing now, but I've seen a few people reference it. So I think people starting to do it. If you're an adult, go get checked. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't have autism, because it does affect it. We gotta pull it all the way out as far as the acknowledgement of it, because the more people that have it, the more you have to accommodate people. You see what I'm saying? Like, so the point is, if you living in a world that's not accommodating what is now the majority, let's say it becomes a point where literally, you know what I mean, like the majority of people are autistic. You see what I'm saying? Where you can't have a society that is more so catered to, because there's nothing wrong with autism in my opinion. Like, depending on what scale it can be a disability depending on what part of the scale you fall under. But it is a sweet spot where it's a gift. You know what I mean? You just might be different in comparison to how, how people were, how most people were and things like that. So you might appear to have a problem to quote unquote normal people because you're just different from them. You see what I'm saying? But and then, like I said, in some cases, especially in a particular type of system and program and world, you know what I mean, it can be considered a disability. It can hinder you if the world is constructed a certain type of way. Just like if the world, anybody could be made uncomfortable and be made to look unprepared or unsuitable for any world. It's just some people, things are made conducive for them, and some people things aren't. You know what I mean? So in a world that's been the way it was for a long time, it would just seem that for autistic people, autistic kids, it's just not a world that was conducive to them, if that makes sense. But that can go for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, like start getting checked and bringing awareness to it. Because right now we only bring awareness to children for the most part. So as adults, go get checked and start bringing awareness, you know what I mean, to the fact that a lot of you guys, you know what I'm saying, are autistic, or walking around in your 20s and your 30s and 40s autistic and don't even know it. You know what I mean? And then you can go from there, because then you'll realize, that'll help a lot if you realize that, okay, you know what I mean, this is why I'm the way I am. It gives perspective. You know what I mean? You don't feel so maybe alienated, or you don't feel bad about yourself. You shouldn't be made to feel that way about yourself. You know what I mean? You are different. You see what I'm saying? You're different. You got your gifts and your abilities and your talents, just like the next person, and things like that. You just gotta be nurtured the right way. You gotta be, you know what I mean, prepped the right way, nurtured the right way, cultivated the right way. Those are the words I'm looking for, you know what I mean, and things like that. And then, I think it'll be a beautiful thing. And it is a beautiful thing. Like, you know what I mean? Autistic children are beautiful children. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be some, like I said, depending on the spectrum, it could be some issues and things like that. But I know for the most part, they pure and they stay sweet. They got a lot of their own talents and gifts and things like that. And it just got to be brought out of them, like I said, and cultivated. You know what I mean? And nurtured. You know what I mean? And protected. You know what I mean? So hopefully this was a good video, guys. Go get checked. Autism awareness, autistic awareness in adults. All right, peace.